Hey everyone, my name is Derrick Hutchinson and I'm a personal trainer here at Anytime Fitness and Crystal Coast Wellness. And today I wanted to bring you guys, with the help of my amazing assistant, Amanda Mills, we're going to bring you guys some kettlebell exercises. There's going to be 3 different levels, so beginner, intermediate, and advanced, so that you can pick movements for you and your level.
So first up, we're going to talk about our beginner moves, which are the sumo squat, the plie squat, and the suitcase deadlift. So first up, we have the sumo kettlebell squat. So main thing is keeping the kettlebell close to you as you go down, and your feet are going to be a little bit wider than hip width apart. You're going to keep your core tight, keep your torso more upright, and then just really sink down into it, and then just squeeze your glutes as you come back up.
So we got the plie squat. To start, we want to have a wider than shoulder width stance with our toes out about 45 degrees. We want to come down with the hips and the knees breaking at the same time, and then squeeze the glutes as you come up.
For the suitcase deadlift, you'll have the kettlebell along your lateral side. So you'll break from the hips and the knees at the same time to slowly lower the kettlebell down to the floor. What you want to focus on is keeping your core nice and tight and keeping your shoulder blades pulled back to keep that nice flat back posture. Next, we're going to go over some intermediate moves such as the front squat, the overhead squat, and the waiter squat.
For the front squat, we want to make sure that our toes are out 30 degrees. We have a nice proud chest posture at the top, and we want to keep that by keeping our midsection tight and engaged while we squat down. We break from the hips and the knees, and then come straight up with that midfoot pressure.
So with the overhead kettlebell squat, you're going to make sure that your kettlebell stays up top with your arm extended straight up, with your kettlebell staying in line with your hips and your ankles. So you're going to come down to about parallel and then sit yourself back up using that midfoot pressure and squeezing your glutes to drive yourself back up into a standing position.
For the waiter squat, we're going to load one side, so it's a unilateral movement. We still want to keep the same squat technique as before, so we want 30 degrees out with the toes, the knees follow the same angle as the toes, the midsection is tight, and we break from the hips and the knees at the exact same time, keeping that midfoot pressure throughout.
Lastly, we're going to talk about advanced moves, which involve a lot of shoulder stability, as the kettlebell's bell is actually going to be facing up towards the ceiling.
Okay, for the bell up lunge, we're going to have that kettlebell flip upside down, so it's going to challenge that same side or opposite side, ipsilateral or contralateral. It's also going to challenge your shoulder stability, so make sure that your grip is nice and strong there. And then, as always with any lunge, we want to try and keep the same 90-degree angle from the knee down through the ankle.
So for the overhead carry, you actually have 2 options. You can either hold it in a front rack position or in a straight overhead position. The key is to make sure you keep your core tight, and this is really going to challenge your shoulders in stability, as the kettlebell is going to be wanting to flip over on you. So just keep your core tight, keep arm extended, nice and tight, and then just walk slowly but comfortably. So for our last one, this is an advanced move because the Turkish get-up requires a lot of moving parts, as you can see. So we're going to show it to you on both sides and all as well from the front, so you can kind of get an idea of how you're supposed to move through the motions. So the Turkish get-up starts with a bit of a crunch, and then you shift your weight onto your legs and then essentially lunge yourself up into the standing position. So on our next clip, we're going to kind of freeze frame it so that you can see each part that's supposed to essentially unfold. So to start with, you're going to have a crunch up, and your hand is going to come back behind you. Then you're going to come to your knee, and then shift your weight forward onto your opposite leg, and then lunge forward into a standing position. From there, you reverse back down to the floor. Knee comes down, hand comes down, then your butt, and then you go ahead and lay on back for your next repetition. Alright guys, so hope you enjoyed the video. There's a couple different exercises for you to try out on your own. Like, comment below, and tell us if you want to see anything more.